Listen, there is no debate. WrestleMania 42, night 2 was way better than Saturday night. It's not even close. And we are going to get right into it. But first and foremost, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy D back at you with another video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We're close to 11,000 subs, and that's really what I'm going for. I'm trying to get to 11,000 subs. I would genuinely appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into it. So WrestleMania started off with Brock Lesnar versus the ruler, Oba Femi. Man, this match was fire. This match was hella good. Oba's entrance made him look like a god. When Brock's entrance came out, I stood up, I hit the bounce like I always do. You know who I rep with, you see the shirt I'm wearing. The match was great. Brock was Germaning Oba all over the place. F5s. Oba looked hella strong. He actually no-selled the F5, which was amazing. And then Oba hit him with that fall from grace powerbomb. 1, 2, 3. Oba Femi beats Brock Lesnar. And the first thoughts in my head, okay, Triple H has genuinely decided that Oba Femi is ready. And what I mean by ready is that Oba Femi needs to start gunning for the main event. He's not going to be fighting Kit Wilson. He's not going to be fighting The Miz. He's not going to be fighting none of those guys. He needs to go after the head honchos if he truly wants to be the ruler. And when Oba Femi was walking out of the ring, Michael Cole said about Oba Femi that Oba Femi is the next big thing. And that hit me. I said, ooh, because that's what they called Brock Lesnar in 2002. And then when I saw that, man, I said, ooh, I had a hole in my heart. Damn. And then I looked into that ring, and what's the first thing I see? Brock Lesnar slowly starts to take his gloves off. Brock Lesnar starts to take his boots off. And I'm not gonna lie, no shade here. Your boy got emotional. I started to tear up a little bit. I said, nah, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. My beast, Brock Lesnar, has officially rode into the sunset. And that breaks my heart because y'all know I'm a Brock Lesnar fan. And now that I got time to think about it, or has he? Now hear me out. Hear me out. And I really hope Brock is retired because Brock did a lot for me. Like, he's the reason why I truly fell in love with professional wrestling. Like, my brothers were always into wrestling. And I've been watching wrestling out of the damn near fucking womb. But he was the first guy that I looked at and said, that's my guy. On March 18, 2002, when Brock Lesnar debuted on Monday Night Raw and beat the shit out of everybody in the ring. Remember him spine-bustering Al Snow through a trash can and then hitting Spike Dudley with 3 power bombs that looked so vicious and disgusting. He was my guy all the way through. The only reason in life, the only reason I ever watched the UFC was because of Brock Lesnar. So this moment, it hurt me. But then my creative brain hit me. You know, I'm a very creative person. You know, I think of what the business can do and can be. What if? Because out of all of this, Gunther is still owed a favor by Paul Heyman. And what if that favor is to pull the beast out of retirement for SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota? Could it be a long shot? I think so. Because Brock's not the type to go back on his word. When Brock is done, Brock is done. Could that be the occasion? Yes, it could. But could Gunther come in and cash in that favor? I don't know. It's a very interesting place where we are at. But if this is the end, which it probably will be, thank you, Brock Lesnar. You've been my favorite my whole life. And I really appreciate you for that. Thank you to the beast. There will never be one like you. You're one of the most dominant wrestlers ever. And it's not even close. You're the only man who beat Hulk Hogan, The Rock, The Undertaker, and Kurt Angle, Big Show, John Cena in the span of 1 year. That's insane. There will never be one like you. Thank you, Brock Lesnar. Thank you. All right. I had to get myself together for that one. Okay. Now, we're talking about the ladder match for the Intercontinental title between Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rusev, JD McDonough, Rey Mysterio, which was gas. That match was absolutely fire. I 1000% love this match. This match had some grueling, nasty looking moves. When Rey Mysterio hit Rusev with that West Coast pop, crashing through the ladder was crazy. Javon Evans had a showcase performance. But when Penta hit JD McDonough with the Penta driver, I'm sorry, not the Penta driver, the Mexican Destroyer on the ladder, nasty. And then he did the same thing to Javon Evans to win the match, was a great moment. But I'm so happy for this match. I'm happy Penta won because now we as fans have more reason to see Javon Evans versus Penta. I don't care if you put it, we wait till SummerSlam, you give us to us tomorrow. Javon Evans versus Penta is where we need to go for the Intercontinental title. You heard it here first. We can get the Penta versus Rey. I'm for that. But Penta versus Javon, I'm telling you, that's where we will crown the youngest champion to ever hold a belt in WWE. Great match though. Shout out to all the people involved. What a banger. Next matchup was Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn for the United States title. Trick Williams' entrance, fire. Shout out to Trick Williams and Little Yachty. Yachty came out and Yachty did his job well. Yachty even took 3 bumps. I was like, okay, Yachty. Okay, I see you. Sami Zayn was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of felt like one of those proving matches because Sami Zayn wrestled it differently. Sami Zayn was kind of slapping the shit out of Trick. I ain't gonna lie. He was being like a little rough. He even like, there was a different mood to Sami Zayn. He kind of wrestled like a heel, and I kind of appreciated that. But Trick Williams, when Sami Zayn tried to go for the haluva kick, and Trick Williams came up with the trick shot, 1, 2, 3. Trick Williams got up and started talking hella shit. And I was like, oh, okay, Trick, I see you. That crowd was going stupid. I've said it on this channel before, and I'm going to say it again. Trick Williams is the future of the fucking business. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. Trick Williams is the future of the goddamn business. And he's going to continue to be the future of the business. Shout out to Trick Williams. One hell of a performance. And we can't wait to see what the Lemon Pepper Steppers do next. Who's going to be Trick Williams' next opponent? We got a lot of people. I would love to see Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov run it back. Trick versus Melo. In my opinion, you let Melo continue to build his momentum and you save that for a stage that's right for them. Put them on SummerSlam. They should have fought at Mania if you want to be honest, but put them at SummerSlam, which is the next biggest stage that they possibly can fight at. But Dragunov versus Trick Williams would be a very good feud. Or unless you're going to stick with Sami leading up to the summer. Very interesting. All right, next matchup in the card, we have Finn Balor, the Demon, versus Dominik Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio's entrance, hard. That entrance was fire. I love that entrance. Finn Balor's entrance was crazy too. They beat the shit out of each other. Another match I genuinely enjoyed. I said, oh, I got no complaints for any of these matches so far. I'm like, oh, the physicality's there. The timing is there. It felt like these matches got more time. I enjoyed this match hella good. It was hella good. It was probably, for me, the worst match on the card without being terrible. This match was really good. I really enjoyed this match, and like, Finn Balor's back, and I wonder where we go next with the whole Judgment Day storyline. Because I got some ideas for that too. All right, next, we have Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Now, match was a banger. Their entrances were both dope. Jade showed that she can go. Io came out. Io helped Rhea get the W. But they had this one sequence in the match that was hard. Jade was going for the Jaden. She picked her up. Rhea kind of like swung, like flew and slid under her legs. Hit her with the Riptide 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley's your WWE Women's Champion. I understand why Bianca Belair is not going to be wrestling, especially at least for the next another elongated 8 months to a year, because Bianca Belair is having a baby. Congratulations to her. So, but unfortunately, that's Jade's endgame. Jade's biggest match she can have right now, no matter what, is Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. But because we're not getting that, where do we go? Rhea Ripley gives you more options, especially because she's one of the best champions, period. And then what makes it better is that she's champion and Liv is also champion, which is crazy when you think about it. We have so much we can do. There's so many stories we can tell on top of that now. And I'm really excited. Tiffany Stratton versus Rhea, I'm for it. Even though Tiffany Stratton's probably going to win the United States title next week, which I'm cool with. But there's a lot more people for her to face for Rhea. And now with Jade back in the fold, they're probably going to have one of those tag teams who are in that match break up and split apart, where there's more. Hopefully we get some debuts starting tomorrow and Friday. I'm excited to see what Rhea does with that title. Shout out to Rhea. Shout out to Jade Cargill. They put on for sure. All right, before we get into the main event, we got to talk about John Cena announcing the attendance and that boy Danhausen. I was very happy for Danhausen getting his moment. And I cannot believe, when I first saw Danhausen at Elimination Chamber, first thought I had was, who the fuck is this? What, 2 months later? I'm a Danhausen guy, I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Danhausen. Danhausen is very funny. He makes me laugh. More importantly, I love when Danhausen like tries to disappear and that shit didn't work. That shit had me crying laughing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Danhausen in like the golden era of wrestling, like the 80s, I think Danhausen could have been money. Even the 90s, even like the early 90s. I feel like Danhausen actually, he would have been money. He would have been real money parenting if he was in those eras. Because like he seems kind of like a Vince McMahon booked kind of guy. And I think it works. Especially in today's age, I think it would work in any era. And I think Danhausen, in his role he's in, he's very good. And I hope that it continues because like he just does his job so well. Shout out to Danhausen, man. I just had to give him his flowers. All right, the main event, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. It's very fucking simple. That's how you do a fucking main event. That main event was nothing but absolutely elite. That shit cooked on all levels. I loved that main event. It was 1v1. Grueling, and it was a battle throughout the whole 33 minutes that it ran. It was perfect. And I love how CM Punk just had no more gas in the tank because he's been running hard ever since Seth Rollins was injured. I loved every minute of that main event. It was an absolute banger. But the title is now back in the hands of the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And the most important part about this match, what made me very more interested, at the post show, Roman Reigns said himself, y'all are gonna get tired of my ass because I'm gonna be here all summer. Oh my. That part-time stuff is over for the summer? Roman Reigns said he's gonna be here. Where do we go? Where do we go? What stories do we tell on the way to SummerSlam, which is the next big event, the next big party, the next thing that you're gonna want to see? What do we do? What's the stories we tell? I don't know. But I'm gonna think about it and give y'all some answer of some people he could get in the ring with. But first, let me ask you this. Roman did speak on Oba Femi after Oba Femi spoke on Roman. Do we wait for Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns? Do we put Oba in the fire for SummerSlam? Do we keep him for Survivor Series? Or do we wait and play the long game for WrestleMania next year? Where do we go? Because if Oba's big enough and you do Roman versus Oba at WrestleMania, is it possible we do Cody versus Punk on the other side? I don't know. But that's the best reason why WrestleMania is over. Now we get to speculate about what next year looks like in the years upcoming. So that, ladies and gentlemen, that is my WrestleMania 42 Night 2 review. I'm going to give you my whole full both day review of what I think of where this aligns with the rest of the WrestleManias. I think it was a little bit better than 41, but not quite. But I think this Night 2, it beat Night 1 by a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. They cooked tonight. I love the blue. Love the blue. And one of the things about the blue that made me like in my feels, when they went into the blue and then Brock Lesnar had his match and he's walking up that ramp, I don't know if it's just, maybe it's just me, but that blue on the stage, it looked exactly like the blue that Brock fought at for his first WrestleMania at WrestleMania 19. Had me in my bag, I'm not gonna lie. That's why Brock's 1-1. Brock's first WrestleMania, he was in the main event. Different. But like, I'm excited to see where the future is of the business. Now they're like, I gotta find me a new favorite. I gotta find new alliances now because Brock's not here anymore. It's a starting over period. Not only for Raw as it enters this new season, but shit, for me too. I gotta find my new where we go from here. And like, that's what makes being a wrestling fan fun and entertaining. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. It has been your boy D, Forever Gang. And until Forever finds you, peace.